So I am a woman with a uterus, and I have been on birth control for about 6 years now, since I was 15 years old. I won't even go into all the side effects I've had, all the terrible things that birth control does to your body, but I'm gonna go into why I haven't received my birth control this month. I was supposed to pick up my birth control last Saturday. It is now the next Friday, and I still haven't received it. Basically, that Tuesday, the Tuesday before, whatever, that Tuesday I'd received a message to refill it. I didn't want to refill it yet because then it would just be sitting there waiting for me. I was going to wait till Saturday to refill it. Saturday rolls around and they say I have no refills left, which is weird because the only reason I would have no refills left was if I needed to meet with my provider, which happens once a year, which I already did this year. So I go into Walgreens, and I don't want to be biased against any religion, but the lady that was helping me was older. She was one of the only people working there. They weren't busy. And she had 2 crosses, not one, but 2 crosses hanging around her neck. And when I told her what I was there for, my birth control, she looks me up and down and goes,
2 crosses on that particular worker that wouldn't give this TikToker named Abigail Martin her birth control. The story just continued to get weird. She continued on talking about how the interaction went and then what she said to her afterwards. Let's watch more.
Like, excuse me? She then says, yeah, we're not gonna refill that prescription. You need to call your provider. And I said, you won't refill it or you can't refill it. And she goes, you just need to call your provider. So that's what I do. I call my provider, and she's not in at the moment. So they said that she would give me a call back, and I said, okay. I then get a call a few hours later from my provider's office saying that that's weird because you have 4 more refills left. I'm not sure why she would deny you of your prescription, but let me call them and see if I can figure it out. So then after that, mind you, my prescription is now 4 or 5 days overdue, and I don't have my birth control, and I'm not protected, and my hormones are getting so. Then I get a message saying that it's delayed now, that I can get it, but it's delayed. And then I get a message saying it's out of stock. What is it?
What it is the runaround that Abigail Martin was getting throughout all of this entire back and forth with this particular Walgreens. So she tried back again, talked to someone else. And the interesting part here is now when they asked, who did you deal with the first time? She continues on.
So I call Walgreens again. The amazing lady who helped me this time was great. She said, I don't know why we haven't refilled this for you. You have 4 more refills left, and your provider called approving it. I'm gonna refill this for you, but would you mind telling me who helped you last time? I was intrigued, so I told her, and I said, could I ask why? She goes, I know exactly who you're talking about, and we've been having this problem for the last 2 weeks. They've been having a problem with women not being able to get their birth control for the last 2 weeks. So first, they want us to stop getting pregnant and having abortions, and then they don't want to help us prevent that pregnancy. I've been trying to keep this video lighthearted, but access to healthcare should be a right, and this should not be happening.
Yeah, these are anecdotal stories. These are things that happen on larger scales, I'm sure, to other women across the country. As she mentioned there, they said they've been having trouble doing this for 2 weeks. It's not just her that's getting affected by this. And yeah, at the end, eventually you find out the degree of importance and what it actually does to folks. I don't think people realize how this whole thing works. No, I'm sorry. I don't think that people don't realize. They don't understand how any of this works. It's just roughshod over everyone's rights, and let's just move on because we're trying to win campaigns. We're trying to win elections based off of hate. Jessica, we don't need to get into all your history, but like, how often do you think this type of stuff was happening, even beforehand, and now specifically when they feel empowered to control people?
Beforehand, I think quite often. I mean, when I was leaving to go abroad, to go to South Africa, this was in 2016. I was leaving for 6 months and I was like, I need my birth control for 6 months. They were like, nope, can't do it. Sorry, we can give you 2 or 3 months, that's it. And so it was happening back then for all kinds of reasons. And it's really scary that this has been going on at this specific Walgreens for 2 weeks. But she made a follow-up video, and I know because I follow her on TikTok and I watched it, and she was talking about how women were commenting, saying that this was happening to them as well. So 2 weeks ago, right, Roe v. Wade is overturned with Dobbs v. Jackson. Now, just like we're saying, hey, if 5, 6 people determine legislation pretty much through this ruling for the rest of the country, when the majority of the population disagrees with it, they've broken a social contract here. That's not a democracy. We will organize to make sure that people who need abortions and this care will get it. And the right is doing the same thing. They're saying, hey, this ruling didn't go far enough. We want to ban contraceptives as well. So we're going to take matters into our own hands and use our power to deny people that care. And she considered afterwards, should I file a formal complaint with Walgreens? She ended up getting the birth control, and she was told that that woman was dealt with. But that's just the problem, is that unless Walgreens ensures that they don't have anyone working at their pharmacy, and all pharmacies should do this so no one's denied contraceptives, because the ruling didn't outlaw contraceptives. And so it's crazy that we're in this place where people are taking matters into their own hands and denying people necessary care. It's really scary that people are doing this in our country when they threaten to outlaw contraceptives. They threaten to overturn that ruling as well. And we're not even there yet. They didn't even hear a case on that yet. And we're already seeing women being denied birth control in the United States.
You got people that want to snatch up that love, that reign of power. They're thinking, I have a little piece of this power too. I just work at Walgreens in the pharmacy. Let me go ahead and control other people. I feel like there's this chilling factor when it came to laws like this, specifically when it comes to just women's reproductive health care services in the first place. When they go see their doctor, and then maybe there is something they need procedures done, and doctors have to worry and check with attorneys and delay. In many cases, specifically the ones that I've seen earlier this week with ectopic pregnancies, those are dangerous. People die as we're talking about pro-life. But again, it gives this general confusion about what exactly can I do for me not to be held liable for breaking this new rule that just went into effect, because there was trigger laws all over in certain states where doctors, healthcare providers, all of them don't exactly know what to do, so they just kind of do nothing because they don't want to get caught up in it either. I think it was by design.